So welcome back, people. Again, we're stepping into a new training regimen. You can see here we're going more or less into hammer fist striking methodology in terms of soft targets along with open hand, ridge hand, spear hand strikes. We're doing hammer fist strikes to the bridge of the nose. We're striking the clavicle with the hammer fist. We're also throwing ridge hand strikes and knife hand to the carotid artery in combination formats. So I want to emphasize a couple of things when you're training with close quarter type of striking. You want to definitely emphasize your open hand strikes. You want to emphasize your close clinches. As you can see on this one, I'm throwing clenched knees in a Muay Thai stance with elbow strikes to the face. That can happen in a number of different ways. You could throw a barrage of hammer fist strikes to the nose and lead up to the clinch with knee strikes, followed by elbow strikes. There are so many different combinations and capabilities and so forth when you're throwing close proximity, heavy fisted type of striking. I'm not talking about heavy fist punching. I'm more or less emphasizing heavy fist striking from a hammer or back fist technique. So as you can see here, we're in stance. We just come in with a quick double hammer fist strike to the face, left, right, hammer fist strike. That's 1, 2, 1 to the collarbone. Okay, that clavicle can be really a deterrent. Some people, once they're stricken in it, you hit that clavicle and it would deter them from moving forward with any attack against you, because it doesn't take that much force to snap a clavicle. If you're successful to snap a clavicle, that encounter is going to be over before you know it. You don't want to punch, because you can damage your fist. But hammer fist strikes to those areas. See, I'm lining up the clavicle strike. Boom, one right there. Boom, 2, 3 clavicle strikes. That side is incapacitated. The same thing goes for the right side. Now I'm drawing a line where the clavicle meets the sternum down to the solar plexus. So you're going to strike both of those and punch the solar plexus. That will knock the wind out of the attacker, and it will disorient them, and it will disable them from being able to raise their arms and swing back. You hit that clavicle hard enough, it's gonna basically short circuit your arms from being able to be risen and to strike. So you follow that up with elbow strikes to the face and back fist strikes, back elbows, back hammer fist. This can be very overwhelming to an attacker. So a good rear leg round kick to the face. We'll throw a round kick and then a spin side kick to the solar plexus and the sternum. As you can see, that will basically break some ribs right there. That's if you don't break a neck with that rear leg round kick. That thing is very strong. So we're going to feint the rear leg side kick with it, and we're going to follow up with a spin side kick. Very effective technique on the street, because people cannot react fast enough by the time you get that second kick off. The first one will make them step back. The second one closes the distance and comes in. So even if you don't want to throw the kick, you can fake and come with a spin back fist. That's very effective. You can fake and come with a spin hammer fist. Both goes to the temple or to the base of the neck. Boom. You see that spin technique is very disorienting, and it hurts a lot. So that's a feint spin side kick followed with a back hammer fist strike. Okay, so a little different from a back fist strike. See, that's a back hammer fist to the jaw. That's a broken jaw. So if you fake that spin side kick, or you actually throw that spin side kick, you can actually throw it out and hit with the heel right to the sternum or the solar plexus, and you follow it up with a hammer fist strike to the middle of the chest. That will knock some wind out of you. Boom. The chest is very engaged. Once someone strikes that with at a very high rate of pressure, you can definitely stun someone with that one. It's been done many times on the street, especially with 2 hammer fist strikes to the chest with a jump spin fake. And then you come around with another jump spin fake and you crack them right in the face or the bridge of the nose. Then you can follow up with that rear leg round kick, step down in close proximity for elbows. As you can see, that's a rear leg round kick. You're right in target range for an elbow strike. So boom, you're right there. Now you can throw a barrage of powerful elbow strikes torque and twisted elbow strikes to the rib cage, boom, to the solar plexus, boom, to the sternum, hammer fist strikes up to the clavicle. So you can kind of balance that based upon where you see the openings for the technique to take hold. So you skip in, hammer fist strikes to the bridge of the nose, hammer fist strikes to the base of the throat, the chest. You only probably would need to land one of those, to be honest with you, because you land a good hammer fist strike to the bridge of the nose, you're probably going to break it. If not so, you're going to definitely bloody the nose and tear up the eyes. 2 of those strikes will put someone completely out cold. Specifically, if you land a couple to the sternum or to the clavicle bone, watch those punches. If you're going to throw a punch, I would suggest punching the soft tissue areas of the body. You punch up high, you risk breaking a hand. So you see I'm throwing striking combinations here. So I'm block striking, I'm sorry. So that's a block strike to the sternum solar plexus, block strike to the solar plexus, hammer fist strikes. You see that's the open ridge hand, and that's the part of the spear hand that leads to a clinch, which is followed by the Muay Thai knee to the sternum solar plexus. So again, there are just so many different ways that you could set up attacks, one attack to the next. Key is defense, always defense, then you apply strike. Unless you're actually going on the offensive, which is rare, I would suggest if you're going to go on the offensive, do so when you feel like you're being threatened and they're going to go on the offensive with you. You go on the offensive first. So you can see how you can block strike, fall out with a hammer fist to the neck, boom, hammer spear hand to the neck, ridge hand to the neck, knife hand to the neck with a block strike, boom. This is something that I teach a lot of people. It's how to skip in, block strike, hitting that target in many different parts of the face. Like I said, it only takes about 2 strikes with that hammer fist. They're gonna really wish they weren't in the middle of that one. That thing hurts really bad. I've been hit with that in sparring from my instructors who are like 5th and 6th degree black belts. Me holding a 2nd degree black belt in 2 different styles. I don't hold a candle to some of these instructors out here who have trained for 25 years. Some of these guys are really good. They've taught me a lot. As you can see, I'm applying a lot of their techniques that I was taught. You got double block strike, elbow to the bridge of the nose. So I can come in with many different techniques. Block to the left, outer forearm block to the right for a clinch. Outer forearm block with a strike, outer forearm block right with a right hand hammer fist. 2 different strikes in one. So boom, boom. They're really fast. Specifically, if that attacker is swinging at you, you want to make sure that your blocks are striking. So these are some of the things that I'm actually utilizing in my daily training regimens. I suggest you guys do the same. I suggest you keep an open mind in your training, and always stay fit, stay safe, stay focused, and stay determined. Thanks a lot.